Welcome to Jungle Decode. Today we begin a deep exploration into one of the most fascinating jungle build videos ever shared online. This story takes us far away from cities, noise, technology, and modern life, and brings us into a quiet, natural world where human hands shape Earth into something that looks almost impossible. What you're about to hear is not just a description of a build, but a complete decoding of why this kind of video feels strange, calming, impressive, and addictive to millions of people around the world. The video shows a group of builders creating a mud villa with a swimming pool and twin water slides using only natural materials found in the surrounding environment. There are no machines, no power tools, no electricity, only soil water, wood, and human effort. At first, everything looks simple. The land is empty, quiet, and untouched. But slowly the ground begins to change. Holes are dug, shapes appear, walls rise, and what starts as mud slowly transforms into a structure that looks luxurious and carefully designed. One of the first questions viewers ask is, how much does something like this really cost? When we compare it to modern construction, the answer is surprising. The materials themselves cost almost nothing because they are taken directly from nature. Mud, clay, sand, and water are freely available. Wood is gathered locally. The real cost comes from labor time and basic supplies, such as food, simple tools, and possibly plastic pipes for water flow. When we look realistically, the total cost of a project like this is likely between $300 and $1,000, which is incredibly low for something that includes a villa, a pool, and water slides. Another important question is time. The video makes it look like the entire build happens in just a few days. But this is an illusion created by editing. In reality, building with mud and clay requires patience. Each layer must dry properly before the next step can continue drying. Time alone can take days or weeks, depending on weather conditions, humidity, and sunlight. If a small team of builders work consistently on this project, it would realistically take between 2 and 4 months to complete the full structure, including the pool and slides. What makes this video feel unreal is how smooth everything looks. There are no visible mistakes, no failed attempts, no collapsed walls, no signs of exhaustion. The builders appear calm, focused, and tireless. The weather is always perfect, the mud behaves exactly as needed, and every step works on the first try. This creates a dreamlike feeling where effort seems effortless and the build feels almost magical. The swimming pool is one of the most impressive elements of the project. Digging a pool by hand requires a deep understanding of soil stability, water retention, and drainage. If the walls are too weak, they will collapse. If the base is not sealed properly, the water will leak away. The builders shape the pool carefully, using compacted clay to create a natural waterproof layer, a technique that has been used for centuries in traditional construction. The twin water slides add another level of complexity. Slides require smooth surfaces, correct angles, and proper water flow. Too steep, and they become dangerous. Too shallow, and they will not work at all, even though the tools appear primitive. The knowledge behind the design is advanced gravity, friction, and water movement all need to be considered. This shows that while the build looks simple, the planning behind it is not. Another reason this video is so captivating is the environment. The jungle setting creates a sense of isolation, mystery, and escape. There are no signs of modern civilization, no buildings, no roads, no wires, just trees, earth, and water. This isolation makes the villa feel like a hidden paradise, a secret place that exists outside the normal world. Viewers imagine themselves there, free from stress, noise, and responsibility. These videos also tap into something deeply human. The love of transformation. Watching an empty piece of land slowly turn into something complete triggers a sense of satisfaction and progress. Our brains enjoy seeing clear before and after results, especially when the process is visual and continuous. The sounds of digging, water flowing, and mud shaping add a calming effect that keeps people watching for long periods of time. At Jungle Decode, we look beyond what is shown on the surface and ask deeper questions. Why are these videos so popular? Why do they feel so real and yet so unreal at the same time? One reason is escapism. In a world filled with screens, deadlines, and constant information, these videos offer a return to simplicity. They show a world where progress is slow, visible, and tangible. Another reason is control in real-life building. Something takes money, permissions, rules, and stress in these videos. Creation feels pure and free. There are no regulations, no delays, no interruptions, just a clear goal and steady progress. This gives viewers a sense of peace and control that is often missing in modern life. It is also important to talk about authenticity. Some similar videos online are partially staged or assisted by modern tools that are not shown. This does not mean the work is fake, but it means the final result may not be achievable exactly as presented. Even so, the amount of physical effort required is still enormous. Digging, shaping, lifting, and smoothing mud by hand for weeks is extremely demanding and deserves respect. The builders in this video never speak. The silence is intentional. It allows the viewer to project their own thoughts onto the scene. Without distraction, language barriers disappear and the experience becomes universal. Anyone from any country can understand what is happening without a single word being spoken. The villa itself represents an interesting mix of primitive and modern design. The shape, layout, and features resemble modern luxury homes, yet the materials and methods are ancient. This blend creates a powerful contrast that feels both familiar and exotic. It suggests that comfort and beauty do not always require advanced technology, only knowledge, patience, and creativity. As the structure nears completion, the emotional payoff increases. Seeing water fill the pool and flow down the slides creates a sense of reward. The long journey of digging and shaping finally results in movement. Reflection and life water transforms the static structure into a living space and signals that the project is complete. This is only the beginning of the decoding process. In the next part, we will dive deeper into the psychology behind these videos, the hidden editing techniques, the cultural roots of mud construction, and why the human mind finds this kind of content so deeply satisfying and strangely addictive. This is Jungle Decode, and you are listening to the story behind the build.